Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
More than is usual or necessary. A generous portion. Not petty in character and mind. Unusually generous in his judgment of people. Willing to give and share unstintingly. A generous donation. Fairly large in size. An ample waistline. Affording an abundant supply. Had ample food for the party. More than enough in size or scope or capacity. Had ample food for the party. Generous and understanding and tolerant. Magnanimous toward his enemies. Noble and generous in spirit. A magnanimous conqueror. Without envy or reluctance. Ungrudging admiration. In a boastful manner. In an advanced stage of pregnancy. Conspicuous in position or importance. He's very large in financial circles. Generous and understanding and tolerant. A large and generous spirit. Above average in size or number or quantity or magnitude or extent. A large city. Ostentatiously lofty in style. A man given to large talk. A garment size for a large person. Fairly large or important in effect, influential. Played a large role in the negotiations. Having broad power and range and scope. Taking the large view. Given or giving freely. Was a big tipper. Very intense. In a big rage. Prodigious. Big spender. In a boastful manner. He talked big all evening. Of animals, fully developed. In an advanced stage of pregnancy. Was big with child. Conspicuous in position or importance. A big figure in the movement. Generous and understanding and tolerant. A heart big enough to hold no grudges. Feeling self-importance. Too big for his britches. Exhibiting self-importance. Big talk. Above average in size or number or quantity or magnitude or extent. Set out for the big city. Loud and firm. A big voice. Marked by intense physical force. A big wind. Significant. Graduation was a big day in his life. On a grand scale. Think big. Given or giving freely. A liberal backer of the arts. A person who favors a political philosophy of progress and reform and the protection of civil liberties. Showing or characterized by broad-mindedness. A liberal newspaper. Not literal. A person who favors an economic theory of laissez-faire and self-regulating markets. Having political or social views favoring reform and progress. Tolerant of change, not bound by authoritarianism, orthodoxy, or tradition. Very generous. A munificent gift. Given or giving freely. Her fond and open-handed grandfather. Very generous. Very generous. Disregarding your own advantages and welfare over those of others. Not greedy. Very generous. Unsparing generosity. Not forbearing, ruthless. An unsparing critic. Very generous. His unstinted devotion. Very generous. Called for unstinting aid to Britain. Generous in assistance to the poor. A benevolent contributor. Generous in providing aid to others. Showing or motivated by sympathy and understanding and generosity. Intending or showing kindness. A benevolent society. Given or giving freely. Given or giving freely. The bounteous goodness of God. Producing in abundance. The bountiful earth. Given or giving freely. Bountiful compliments. Given or giving freely. A free-handed host. Done by hand without mechanical aids or devices. Generous in providing aid to others. Given or giving freely. Saturday's child is loving and giving. The act of giving. Disposing of property by voluntary transfer without receiving value in return. The alumni followed a program of annual giving. The imparting of news or promises, etc. He gave us the news and made a great show of the giving. Given or giving freely. A handsome allowance. Pleasing in appearance, especially by reason of conformity to ideals of form and proportion. Very pretty but not so extraordinarily handsome. Expend profusely, also used with abstract nouns. Very generous. Distributed gifts with a lavish hand. Characterized by extravagance and profusion. A lavish buffet. Showing or motivated by sympathy and understanding and generosity. Was charitable in his opinions of others. Full of love and generosity. Charitable to the poor. Relating to or characterized by charity. A charitable foundation.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.